I'm recording, and today is the 9th of June, 2018, and my name's Edith Blankenship, Del Carmen. And, I was going to the pool, and last year I went to the pool one time, and I shouldn't have to be paying $20 to go to a swimming pool, $25 each time I go to the pool for back therapy. And there's a pool here in the residence. And last year, people tried to deter me from going to the pool by staging their children to harass me. And so it worked. I didn't go to the pool. I went one time last year, and then I didn't go back. Well, this year, I told myself, nope, I'm going to the pool. And I've been given instructions on how to handle circumstances, and it helps. And so, I'm going to Burgess Pool and in Castle Rock, Colorado, and I'm going to continue going there. And it's summertime, and there's a lot of kids there, which is normal. And it's summer. But what I want to record is that I've noticed that kids have been swimming up to me and shoving water in my face. And deliberately. And they are like shoving the water into my eyes as they come towards me and shove water in my face and my eyes. And they don't do it to the other adults. They do not. So who's telling them to do it? But at first, my thought process is, it's a swimming pool. You're going to splash, and kids are going to play, and they're going to splash. But when they start swimming up to you and deliberately shove water in your face, then that changes the scenario. And it's not going to be a deterrent. Kids are going to play in the water. And it's a pool. You're soaking wet in the pool. You swim in the pool. But you shouldn't be shoving water into somebody's face. You should not. And, parents have an obligation and responsibility to their kids. And they need to teach their children pool etiquette. They do. And, if an adult gets injured by a child in a pool, the parents are liable. They can't use the excuse to say, they're just swimming, it was an accident. No. You communicate with your kids. And you don't set them up to where they're trying to blind an adult by shoving water in their face deliberately. And at first I thought, these kids are just playing. And it's a pool. And I'm very conscientious, of the fact that it's summertime. And parents have the mentality they don't have to watch their kids. And they get out there and lay out in the sun. And their kids act like just uncivilized in the pool sometimes. And so, parents are obligated and responsible for their children. And if kids are shoving water in somebody's face deliberately and you're telling them to stop, kids are going to play. There's a difference. There's playing, and then there's this. And that makes a difference. And I am going to say this. I don't have children when I go to the pool. I do not. I go there for back therapy. And it's a crowded pool. It is crowded. But you can find a little area, and if people respect your privacy, right, at a pool, what I'm saying is there's times where I'm monitoring the circumstances at the pool so that I can have my time in the pool and the kids can have their time in the pool too. But they shouldn't put little kids in the adult area. They should not. They should not. They have plenty of space for children 3 feet to inches in the pool for these kids. And you shouldn't be in an adult area where the pool is 5 feet and 7 feet, probably 7 feet deep or 6 feet deep, not 5 feet, and then have all kinds of little kids in the adult area. And, I'm not a pool police. I'm going to say this, and I recorded a little bit earlier, and they shut off the recording so it gets my train of thought off. But let me get to the facts. Parents are responsible for their children, whether they're monitoring them or not. They are. And I've noticed the last 3 days that I was at the pool is that kids are being told deliberately to swim up to me and shove water in my face and my eyes, specifically my eyes. And even an adult woman did that too, in fact. One adult lady threw her child at me, splashing water. I mean, she threw the child towards my direction. And another woman swam to make heavy waves to go up over my face. Now, I don't have a problem with people doing whatever they want in the pool in terms of swimming and all of that. It's the water. I don't have a problem with that. And kids are going to splash, and it's a pool. And a person says, well, I wasn't even having a conversation with anybody. I was sitting there, and she goes, do you think you should go to another pool, Butterfield Pool? And I'm like, no. She goes, well, don't you think there's too many kids here? I'm like, no, it's summertime. Well, you really ought to try to go to another pool. No, I like this pool. Well, don't you think it's crowded? Yeah, but it's summertime. It is summertime. It's going to be crowded sometimes. Parents are responsible for their children. They are responsible for their children. But I noticed the last 3 days that they were heavily trying to get water in my eyes. And I've been very smart. I swim with my glasses. And, but it doesn't prevent water getting in my eyes through the sides. And so what they're doing now is, before they're shoving water like this in my face, and now they're telling kids to swim beside me. A mother did this, had a child swim up to me sideways, and he wasn't kicking water in his mother's face. And then as soon as he turned around, he started kicking water in my face through the side. And this has been going on for 3 days. And at first I didn't think anything of it. It's the pool. But when I came home, kids were also jumping into the pool. On the edge of the pool and jumping in where they're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to dive or jump into a pool if it's no more than 9 feet. I think the guidelines are 8 to 9 feet. But what they're doing is they're teaching the children to jump into the pool full weight, feet first. And so my question is, are they teaching these children to jump on the heads or the neck of the individuals that are in the pool to injure them? Because they're very precise on how they're teaching these kids to jump in the pool. And so, they don't allow people to swim where people are coming down the slide. Well, they shouldn't allow people to jump into the pool when people are in the pool, because some of these kids are being taught to jump on a person as they are in the pool on their heads or their necks to injure somebody's spine. They're deliberately being taught this. And I've been around kids, and I have a son, and I had a swimming pool, and kids used to come over to the house and swim at the pool. And I had guidelines for them. One, parent's signature. Your freaking ass kid's going to swim in my pool? You better send me a notice that that kid's going to be in my freaking ass pool. That was rule number 1. Rule number 2, you don't jump in the freaking ass pool unless you're in the 9-foot area. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, your freaking ass doesn't jump in the pool if you see a person in the area. I have very strict guidelines in my swimming pool. Now, when I traveled, my son was a teenager, and that was a different story. And that was the freaking ass babysitter's responsibility, or the person that I put in charge of my son when I traveled, and I always put someone in charge of my son when I traveled for work. But these people are teaching these kids to jump into the pool full weight. Feet together, arms up, in a crouch, jumping into the pool. And looking down where they're jumping. Now, when you're jumping in a pool and you're just playing, you just, jump in. You're not precise. You don't raise your arms up, look down, get your feet together, and make sure that you land with your feet down onto the water. And getting enough height to do it. And then in the meantime, pointing at somebody's head as you're doing it. And then the pool person wearing a yellow bright shirt monitoring that. And giving directions on aligning these kids. Using their floaty as their guidance. A 3-foot length floaty that these lifeguards carry. People are pretty nasty in Colorado. They're freaking ass nasty. And they're setting these kids up, training them how to land on somebody's neck and head for the purpose of injuring their spine. They're very precise. And once that child does it, another child indicates, yeah, that's a good jump. That would injure somebody's neck. Yes, that would injure somebody's head, spine. These kids are being deliberately taught on how to injure an adult's spine in the water. And how are they doing it? Blind the adult by shoving water in their face so then they can't see a kid jumping in on top of them. And that is what they're doing at the pool. And these people are filthy. They're filthy people. And what they are also doing is they are identifying the person that they want to injure by having children wear extremely bright fluorescent clothing around the person that they plan on targeting in the pool, so that they can identify that person through fluorescent clothing. It is amazing to me the evilness of people in society today, including Colorado, Douglas County. It's amazing to me. And what are the odds of training them to jump on somebody's head and injure somebody's spine? And I got back problems and I'm there for physical therapy. And these kids are jumping right where I'm at. They closed down the slide area completely when people are coming down the slide. But they allow kids to be jumping in because they're training them in the deep end where the adults are. They're allowing them to do that. And they're training them to do it. And I posted a video on YouTube because I was concentrating that they were trying to freaking ass laze my feet. And coincidentally, I was not even paying attention. It recorded kids, what they were doing in terms of being taught how to land on somebody's head and their neck or their back in the water. And that was not my focus of the video. But that's what when I went back to look at that video, lo and behold, these kids are being taught full weight to land on an object in the water. You know, a Filipino kid, a white woman, guard, white kids, directing with black shirts, and people wearing fluorescent colored clothing, all to stage an incident. And you know what's interesting also is that I was there with my bag, and I took an Ann Taylor bag, and I like them because they're big and they've got a little handle where you can just carry it comfortably. And what they tried to do is they tried to have somebody sit in front of the bag so you can't see the bag. Well, it had my belongings in it. And the other day, somebody soaked the bag, another bag that I had. And so, you know, I came back with the bottom of the bag ripped out, and they tried to do that yesterday by taking a squirt gun, one of those water pressure guns, and trying to aim it at my bag to wet the bag because it's a paper bag, and to cause the bag to rip so it doesn't indicate that I was at the pool with that particular Ann Taylor bag. And people are always blocking it. If I'm swimming in one area, somebody will sit right catty corner where I am to block the view of my bag. And I question that as well. Are they trying to steal my wallet? Are they trying to put other food in place of my food to cause some kind of stomach virus or something? I mean, you shouldn't be trying to purposely cover up somebody's bag by sitting by it and blocking it. That means you want to give somebody else access to that bag. So, you know, or more importantly, if somebody else did have access to that bag, have somebody else wet it in hopes that it gets soaked, and then you just throw it away and you don't bring it back to your house. You know, so it doesn't tie someone else to my particular bag. And yesterday it was an Ann Taylor bag where I purchased some pants and clothing. So, you know, I stand amazed. I get upset because the Lord reveals what people are doing, and it just, you want to think good of people. And then the Lord reveals things. And, you know, when God starts revealing things, and you're still thinking these people are decent people. Let's go with a positive attitude. These people are decent. And then they're trying to find a way in how to break your neck in the water. You know, I just stand amazed. I stand amazed at the mentality of people. And this is Colorado. And, you know, I stand amazed. And I'm thankful that I know the Lord, because my thought process is they're just, you know, being obnoxious kids. It's summertime. It's the pool. And I was recording about my foot. And what they do sometimes too is they put chemicals in my shoes so that it burns the bottom of my feet. And they've done that before. When I didn't have transportation and I wanted to go to church, they would put chemicals inside my shoes and it would burn holes in my feet. And so painful. I mean, one time my whole foot was covered in holes, burns right through the skin, blisters, and I couldn't even walk. And so I don't have the ability to lock my place when I'm gone, and so people have access to my place, and they do get in here. They do. And, you know, I stand amazed also what they've done in the past is they put chemicals inside the tub flooring so that when you go in to take a shower, you're not conscientious about where you're stepping in, and you step into the shower and you get the bottom of your feet burned. And what they've also done is they've put chemicals in the shower carpets so that when you step onto the shower carpet, it burns your feet immediately. They've done that before. And, you know, and right now I feel like they're lazing my side because, you know, I get slender when I go to the pool and during the summertime, and if they laze my stomach, it swells it up. And so they laze the side of your body. And they are lazing. I don't care what anybody says. It's my subject matter expertise. I say they're lazing based on my 20 years of expertise. They're lazing the stomach to inflate the stomach to make you look fat. And also to potentially injure your kidneys. But with that said, I stand amazed at what people are doing today. And so, you know, you get blisters at the bottom of your feet and you're sitting and you're not doing a whole lot of walking, that's something to question. And what's amazing is when I cover my side, it no longer hurts. That tells me they're lazing it. And, you know, I stand amazed what people are doing. And they will identify me through the same color of towel that I have. They will identify me through, I will have objects in my bag that I pack at home that may have an orange container or a red container. And then they will have somebody sit next to me with an orange chili peppers and then plastic containers at the pool or wherever I go. Which tells me that how do they know the colors of what are in my bag at the pool? Or is it total coincidence? So, you know, one day at a time. I take things one day at a time about what people are doing. I have 5 dead family members. 5. Why do I have 5 dead family members? You see, if I were around them, they'd still be alive today. But they made sure I had no access to my family members years. 4 years, one sister, I was put in isolation, denial of transportation, so that it would prevent me from assisting her. And she's dead today. And the same with my brother and aunt. Isolation from them, and them isolated to us. And they're dead. So, you know, I don't take things lightly. People are up to no good in this state of Colorado as well. And this is the United States of America. Unbelievable. Unbelievable of what people are doing. And who's putting chemicals in the carpet in my bathroom to burn the feet when you step on it to get in the shower? And burns blisters at the bottom of your feet. The same in the shower. Or putting chemicals inside the drain, toxic smelling, so that when you walk in, it has a toxic effect. They got access to this place. The door doesn't lock through the backyard. or they have my daughter-in-law's key entry and get in through the front door. But they're definitely getting into this place. My question is, why? Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'm recording. I shouldn't be laced at the stomach when my stomach was 2 inches at the pool yesterday. Well, and then 10 inches today because people are lazing it, trying to remove the muscle that I'm building at the pool. I should be slender. I'm always 127 pounds during the summertime. That's what I expect to be this summer. How about that? My name is Del Carmen Blankenship. It's another day. Just another day.